The man roughly brushed aside the woman's hair, staring in disbelief at the crack behind her neck. With just a light touch on the interface at her nape, the woman completely lost the strength to resist. That spot was her only weakness, a means left by humans to enslave her kind. In the future world, Earth's ecology had collapsed. Genetically mutated creatures appeared on the planet, dividing the world into two parts. The wealthy, who possessed advanced technology, established a fortress called the Citadel, continuing to enjoy the luxurious life they had before the catastrophe. Meanwhile, the people outside the city could only survive in the ruins. A girl named Whisper dug out a plant from underground, the source of food in the post-apocalyptic wasteland. Noticing a mutated silkworm appear on her hand, Whisper decided to take it back with her. At the doorstep of her home, Whisper carefully avoided the traps, specially cultivated biting grass. If someone wanted to harm her, this would be the first line of defense. Once inside, Whisper started cooking, preparing insects and liquid food for her father's dinner. Tightly gripping the bag, she squeezed the food into her father's stomach. He had been injured in the war, and Whisper could only use a biological life support system to keep him alive. With these tasks done, Whisper headed to her secret base, a personal biological laboratory. Placing the mutated silkworm into a liquid, Whisper observed its changes. When she returned home, she found the front door wide open, the traps destroyed, and the house ransacked. Someone had definitely broken in. Her father's life support system was also malfunctioning, with tubes yanked out and the television stolen. The top priority was to keep her father alive. Whisper arrived at the local market, only to find the leader ordering a boy to deal with an escaped experimental subject. The Gelo were artificial beings created by the Citadel for servitude. They were programmed to have no sense of self, only obeying their master's commands and working endlessly. However, they could still feel pain and experience fear when facing imminent death. So, this Gelo made a bold move. He reached out and brushed the boy aside. The crowd laughed at this sight. The boy, unable to bear the surrounding mockery, got up indignantly and pressed the Gelo's head, viciously stabbing the interface on his back with a dagger. After the crowd dispersed, Whisper stepped forward and stated her purpose. Entering the room, the leftover fresh fruit on the dining table made Whisper swallow. She skillfully took off her clothes and sat on the chair, waiting for her blood to be drawn. The leader took this opportunity to persuade her to move to the stronghold. He had long coveted this healthy child because the Citadel had locked the genes of the seeds. The crops grown from them could only survive for one generation before dying. Therefore, the leader had to constantly seek out children, extracting their blood in exchange for new seeds. Whisper knew well the leader's cruelty. She even suspected that the person who sabotaged the fuel tank was sent by the leader. Without her father's tie, she would have no choice but to join his stronghold. Soon, the blood extraction was complete. However, when Whisper asked for the power source, the leader told her to come back in 2 days. He would only pay the reward after the blood was sold. But her father couldn't wait that long. Whisper tried to take back her blood bag, but old Joe grabbed her, threw her out the door, and hugged the bag.